Howdy all you cowboys, cowgirls, gunfighters, and gamblers. Y'all have seen my episode on Mini 3-Gun, right? If you haven't, I'll link it in the description box and probably on screen as well. I've been gearing up to participate in that sport and doing a lot of research regarding what gear folks are using locally, as well as what the general consensus is for good gear for 3-gun matches online. And I noticed that most folks are using these battle belts, with a couple of the local guys using either Alpha Academy or Core Essentials. So after poking around on the internet, I decided I liked the looks and features offered by Core Essentials. They have a micro adjustable belt, whereas most of the others use either Velcro or a standard belt with holes and a buckle. And there's nothing particularly wrong with any of those methods of cinching up. I was just drawn to trying something different and new for me. Now, Core also has what they call their reinforced power core center, which is there to prevent sagging or flopping when the belt is weighted down by your gear. So I was excited to try their gear, and I reached out to them asking if they'd send me one of their battle belts for review. The response I got back from Carl was, "We'd like to start off with reviewers testing and reviewing our 1.5-inch everyday carry belt." Obviously, I agreed to that as it would still provide me with the opportunity to test their product and see what this reinforced power core and micro adjustable belt was all about. Of course, it's not going to be the battle belt or what they refer to as either the Garrison or the Executive Protection model. Those belts are wider and have the Velcro underbelt that goes through your pant loops. Then you strap the outer belt around that Velcro belt and cinch it to your desired tightness using the micro adjustable buckle. Whereas this everyday carry belt is, well, more like an everyday belt. It's narrower, 1.5 inches, and feeds through your pants belt loop. The EDC still has the reinforced core and the ratcheting buckle system though. And speaking of buckles, I have a lot of options on belt buckles. So let's crack this open and take a look at which one I chose. I went with this buckle because I felt like it fit my style best. The nice thing is, Core's buckles are interchangeable and available on their website so that if you want to mix it up later, you can do that. Now, all of Core's belts come in a one-size-fits-most configuration, so you have to cut them to fit your exact measurements. And the instructions are pretty simple. For the EDC belt, you find your pant size, marked on the back of the belt, and then, depending on whether you carry outside the waistband, you'd add 4 inches, or inside the waistband, you'd add 6 inches. Then, I just used a pair of scissors to cut out that line. Now remember, err on the side of caution because you can always trim more later. I ended up trimming mine down 2 more times, 1 extra inch each time, so that I didn't have so much of that excess belt lapping over after ratcheting it up. And speaking of ratcheting, I really like this micro adjustable system. It's easy to let it out a little bit when sitting, so I can really get used to this micro adjustment thing, because when you sit down, if you want to take a little bit of the pressure off, you just pull this little tab and set it out a couple of clicks and it loosens the belt up. Pretty handy, pretty nifty. I like it. And cinch it back up tight when you're walking around. The belt handled the weight of my carry guns with no problem, and I tested it with a couple of different models just to be sure. The Core belt was comfortable and held everything securely through all ranges of motion. Come on, Tori. And tight enough against the body that no bulge was visible under a light coat or an overshirt. Even when running, the belt kept the holster secure and tight against my body. So while this belt is not exactly what I had in mind for Mini 3-gun, I think I can work with it. I'm going to keep using this belt and testing it as an EDC belt. And then, if it works that way, the way I think it will, I'll use it as my belt to get started in Mini 3-gun. Eventually, I do want to move up to one of Core's Garrison or Executive Protection belts, as that's much more like the Mernickle rigs I use for cowboy action shooting, where everything stays on the belt and you just wrap it around you so that everything is always in the same spot, as opposed to this method of weaving a belt through the pant loops and then placing your gear on it, hoping that you find the sweet spot. But like I said, for now, I'm going to start with this EDC belt and see how it goes. Carl, if you like this episode, reach out to me about that executive protection belt. For the rest of you, if you like this look at Core's EDC belt, then be sure to give this episode a like by smashing the thumbs up button. And if you want to see this belt in action on the range, make sure to subscribe to my channel. I'm Jed. This is Jed I TV. And I'll see you in some other place, in some other time.